Alrighty, getting things started. Just making sure stream is functioning. Stream health seems fine. Giles Buchanan's here. Let me put it at 108, no, 1080p. That looks good. Crazed Core, greetings. Superior Cyber Godzilla, hello. BNSF, hello, sorry I haven't been to your streams. I had so much things to do, but now I got some time. I'm glad to hear it. I mean, I can imagine with all the repairs, right? Steve Sabaha is here. Don't think I've seen you in a while. Rory, you finished some Valentine's Day fan art? Is it already on your, did you already post it on YouTube? Let me see. Posts. Aw, it's so cute. Let me just save that real quick. Let me leave a comment. Fun fact, did you know that in 1984, Gordon Smiley sadly died in a race car crash? Why is why is that a fun fact? No more fun facts from you, the NSF. Elongated man, hello. Nimley says hello as well. Is a nader a kind of a snake? Alright, so today working on this scene. I took your advice to heart from the other day. You got Lois and Superman. I still need to make right here, it's going to be Robin and Starfire and Chrissy Krinsky, sorry, trying to give Zatanna a Valentine. I think I should have Lois extend her arm out like she's thinks it's an interview. But yeah, Rory, that's some really great looking art. Cartoon food always looks super delicious. I think I was talking about that today with some friends. Like what kind of fictional food you would want to be real. Someone mentioned the giant jawbreakers from Ed, Ed, and Eddie, that those looked really good. And for me, I think my favorite fictional food that I'd like to see, you know, like real would be those giant, those big things of meat like on One Piece. It's like a big, I mean, it's not just in One Piece, it's like in a bunch of animes. But it's that anime meat that's like just a big ball of meat, and then it's got like a bone like right through it. That stuff looks like really tasty and also, I guess, convenient because you just use both hands, like the corn cob holders on opposite ends of the bone. Oppenheimer Media. Hey man, good luck drawing on Giganta. Thank you. Not much left to draw on her for this scene. Is like a burp. So I'm either gonna have them getting blown away, or maybe like Superman's curl gets undone. And some kind of effect coming from her mouth. So either like green gas or just like wind, like a wind effect. Might need to change the burp sound effect too. Or make it louder maybe. Dylan's here. Howdy. Classic anime meat chunks. Yeah, food always looks better and sounds better in cartoons. Especially in animes. This project's getting pretty close to done. I'm actually fairly confident I'll have this ready by the 14th, I believe. And then after this, I'm going to be focused very much on finishing Sticks or The Incredible Shrinking Hedgehog Part 2. I'm really excited about that one because it's a first attempt at really collabing with another animator on the channel in a very fun and meaningful way. The Train Master, so good to see you. That's good to hear from you too. So yeah, it's this project. It's Incredible Shrinking Hedgehog. Next month, I want to have the 300K milestone video ready. because very likely sometime next month, that's when we'll hit 300K subscribers. So I want to have a video ready for that. And then just wrapping a few things up. Want to get Grande House ready. And I might want to take a month to really focus on the Lisa Simpson game now that it's not only fully funded, but someone did put in a large donation for getting an extra playable character. And actually, I've been working with them to put together like the base animations for Jessica Lovejoy. So I got like a lot of the basic animations going, jump, walk, basic attack, stuff like that. And then after that, I'll be working on some like super moves for her. So already making some considerations for that. Remember Superman the movie starring Christopher Reeves? Uh, oh, I think I actually did watch that one. Isn't that the one where Lex Luthor has like the crazy scheme that he's I think he was gonna fire a missile or a nuclear missile into the San Andreas Fault and cause an earthquake that was going to like sink the West Coast, and then he have like beachfront property, like all these weird properties that he bought in the middle of nowhere. Like that was his plan, right? If I'm remembering the movie correctly. I don't think Superman has ever really been my favorite superhero. I think I've mentioned this before. I think a lot of people have the same gripe about him, just too powerful, kind of boring. He's the Super Mario of superheroes. To be fair, Batman kind of has that same issue. He's just like a really dull guy. Um, but I guess Batman gets saved by the fact that he has like really interesting rogues gallery. Pete, amazing work. Thank you for all you do. Love to see Giganta and Giantess Lois step on some tanks. Are you talking about Lois Griffin or Lois Lane? Can't imagine Lois Lane stepping on tanks. She wants to report on the news. She doesn't want to make the news. Though I do remember seeing some comic pages. It was like a cover of uh, like a giant Lois Lane, and I guess the Justice League. I think they fought her, or they had to subdue her, like Gulliver's Island style, or Gulliver's Travels. Sorry. Lois Lane and her making the news is the big twist. Yeah, but I don't think she'd be able to keep her job at the Daily Planet if like she was running around destroying Metropolis. Her editor would have a field day. I have seen some pretty great fan art of Lois and Superman from that animated the newest animated series. What is it? My Adventures with Superman? Like a giant growing Lois and like Superman having to carry her out of Metropolis. It actually makes me think of Courage the Cowardly Dog, how he's like this tiny dog and he was always like lifting up uh, Muriel and Eustace over his head like they're items in a video game. He can do it, defending the city from Giganta, kind of by accident. Ah, well, so one of those things. Rain clouds here. Hello. No problem, Petey. That is Petey, right? That looks like Petey. Just Pete is fine. All right. I'll try to remember that. I try to be mindful of any regulars that drop into into the stream, leave a comment or so. Especially because earlier when this channel was young, I was answering every comment on YouTube, like all the for all the videos. Sort of got out of that practice. But for uh, these streams, I do try to respond to every comment. R.L. Warlock. Hi, giant woman. How are you? I'm good. Can't complain. Today had kind of a normal day. I've been trying to get back into being more mindful about my health. Um, January, I started with sort of going back to doing my dietary stuff, eating smaller portions and all that. Stuff like having a side of broccoli instead of fries. Uh, and today I got back into doing more exercise, doing stuff like walking around the neighborhood. Um, Doing some jumping jacks, like to start off the morning. Which is important to do since, someone like me, I spend most of my time just sat down. It's good to have an excuse to move around, get some blood pumping. Zachary, I like Lois Lane. But do you have a favorite Lois Lane? When I think of Lois Lane, I almost immediately, first and foremost, think of the one from the animated series. Um, then it's the one from My Adventures with Superman, just because she makes me think of Luz so much from the Owl House. Um, and then I guess my top three Lois Lanes is the one from the classic comics, the one with like the little pillbox hat, who was always getting into like the most insane adventures with Superman, like the craziest stuff happened to her. I guess number four would be the Lois Lane from the live action series. It was like a more modern one. I think that was in the 90s. Uh, Lois and Clark, I think that's what it was called. It was a pretty decent series. But of course, I mostly remember it for this Sizey episode. It was one where like Lois was going to go to uh, it was like a high school reunion, and there was like someone there who was like kind of obsessive and wanted popularity. She and like a henchman, like a goon. Uh, it was like some kind of shrink elixir or something that she had stolen. Like almost instantly shrank people. Uh, and Clark got affected by it, but I guess because he's Kryptonian, he was shrinking at a much slower rate. And then it was one of those endings where the villain gets done in by their own scheme. Also, if I remember that episode correctly, there's a scene where the villain tried shooting Lois with with a gun, and tiny Superman ends up blocking the bullet. I just remember that scene because the bullet hole was like close to the heart, like right on her chest. And like in the next scene, it just shows Superman emerging from like this big tent of clothes. It was like Lois's blouse. Can you do a video where Lori is eating Lincoln? This is from Lori Loud. I mean, if someone commissions that, I can do that. Hello, Dragon Warrior fans. Hello, Data. My favorite Lois is the DC Superhero Girls 2019. All right, that's a good pick, Zachary. Sorry I went on kind of a rant. Not much of a rant, but where can I commission for my character idea? Wait, what was your character idea, Owl? Because currently commissions are closed at the moment. I'm gonna try to open up for business again, maybe by the end of the month. But like I've mentioned, just really focused on wrapping up some projects. I don't remember if we discussed any commission ideas though. Owl, have you seen a new trailer named Goldie? It's a new cartoon show about a giant girl. Oh yeah, I did see that. Is there a trailer now for it? I saw them talking about it, and I've seen a pilot for it, like a short little pilot. Brett McGig or McGrig, what's up? Not much. And Y-Tunes looking forward on a new Momzilla. Uh, Actually, for Mother's Day, I was planning to work on something that's sort of been left on the back burner for a while. Let me just test this scene really quick. That could just disappeared. Did I put too much of a blur effect? Oh, that's the issue. Okay. Let's try that one more time. Didn't have enough frames in the graphic. All right, this is looking decent. I want to add like some sonic waves to this. My Adventures with Superman, Lois Lane is my favorite. She looks like Luz. Yeah, but what was your idea for a commission, Owl? Don't remember. Oh, but yeah, I wasn't planning on doing a Momzilla thing. There's a project I've had in the back burner for a while, with Wendy's mom. From Gravity Falls. I think I've posted concept art of it. Um, but yeah, that's something I wanted to finally finish. So that we'll have another Gravity Falls little video. And I'll try to open up commissions by, what is it, January, February, March. I'll try to have them open by March so I can get in some Momzilla related commissions, see if anyone has some fun ideas with giant moms. I had a fun idea where the Tooth Fairy and the Tooth Mouse were the same person. Is the Tooth Mouse from something? Is that from a book? The Tooth Mouse. It's the Tooth Mouse. So that does sound like a cute concept. Fun fact, Troll Hunters was based on a book by Guillermo del Toro. That is a fun fact. I didn't realize he also wrote a book about it. Then again, I shouldn't be so surprised. I mean, he also did Shark Boy and Lava Girl, right? I think that was like a birthday present for one of his kids. Sense at her size, a belch could have a shockwave effect. Surprised there aren't more gross out villains like that. But I guess that's more of a 90s thing. Gross out villains, you know. Definitely need to make that faster. It's a weak Sonic. Boom. Sonic boom. All right. You play Sprunky? No, but I do remember someone mentioning that the other day. All right, looking much better. But yeah, someone showed that to me, and I think I said that looked like a game like one of my little cousins would play. I mean, the games I've been playing lately. Um, oh, I finished Wolfenstein: New Colossus. Pepper Grinder. That was a pretty fun game. Oh, what else? Oh, I got really into Blaster Master. I finished the trilogy that came out a while ago. It was like Blaster Master 0, 1, 2, and 3. Right. Just need to get a sort of reaction from these two. So it's gonna be like this frame right here. That's gonna be 82 frames in. All right, make a note of that. Sorry if I missed some comments here. But, 20th Century Vixen, do you think you can do an animation for me for a short video? It depends on what it is. I don't really have commissions open at the moment. And most of the time when I take a commission, it's it's basically for stuff that I can put like exclusively on the channel. I'll be ready for March commission. Let me know. And you say the new short called Goldie. I said I'll hopefully be open by March. Hopefully. Giganta's laugh sounds like Eduardo from Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends. Yeah, they both do have sort of that big, awkward laugh, don't they? Good old Eduardo. He's a gentle giant. That should be most evident by the flea episode. Oh my god, I just realized it could be like David promised Danny to stay up to see the Tooth Fairy, and when he sees her, she falls in love. Aw. Then David turns down the Tooth Fairy mouse because he's taken by Louise and friend zoned her, and she understands. Oh my god. Speaking of David and Danny, a friend of mine a while back came up with a stupid idea, and it's kind of based on like something from Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends, uh, of something like, um, like that trench coat thing, like uh, David letting Danny get on her shoulders, or like if David's tiny, um, David's sitting on Danny's head while they're wearing a trench coat. And like the name for them could be Danny, Dave, Ito. It's stupid, I know, but it's kind of funny. Not as funny as Orlando Blue, which that character was hilarious, but it's a dumb idea. Aiden Gamer X says hi. How's your day been? My birthday is today. Aiden, I hope you're having a happy birthday. And you got all the things you wanted. But I'm doing good. Just checking on the time. Have another appointment to be at a little later. That's why I was extra mindful about starting the live stream a little bit earlier than normal. But yeah, I'm doing good. What? Who has the Foster's idea? Oh no, that was just a friend of mine. We were brainstorming like some David and Danny stuff, and the idea they had with David and Danny doing like that trench coat gag where there's like two people in a trench coat pretending to be like someone. It was like the that Orlando Blue thing that they did on Foster's, where Blue and Mac or Wilt are in a trench coat and they're doing like this character. I think Giganta is my most favorite giant woman ever. If there are others, I'm all ears open. I mean, yeah, she's basically like the 50-foot woman, but with like leopard print instead of like just bed sheets. I need to make this hair swirl faster. But yeah, Kush is the the tooth mouse thing or the tooth fairy mouse. I think if I introduced a gadget-like character to my David and Danny universe of characters, it would either be um, a like genetically altered lab mouse that got um, human-like intelligence. Though I'm not 100% into that idea just because they did that on, excuse me, on DuckTales, the reboot series. Or it would be like a regular mouse who had the Awaken spell cast on them from Dungeons and Dragons. I have a friend of mine who's like super into D&D and cards, and they like really got me into D&D. I did kind of want there to be a card shop. I think a mouse scurrying around those walls, like an awakened mouse, would be cool. I think that's something I want to try sometime for D&D is to play as an awakened animal. Maybe I can make him super woke. If I was running like being part of like a gag campaign. Neocortex. Hello, I love Giganta. She's my all-time favorite DC character. Gonna have to say Batman's my all-time fave. I know earlier I was saying he's boring, and yeah, in a lot of his incarnations, he's pretty boring. Um, but the one in Batman: The Brave and the Bold, I think, had a lot of personality. He was actually kind of fun. I liked that one, and not just because he got stepped on by Giganta in that one episode, although that did sweeten the pot. Oh, hey Lois, I'd say it'd be more like Danny, Dave, Ito, like that. Rainbow wanted to be my first commissioner, making a little short animation for her right now. Don't know if she'll upload on the channel or her DeviantArt page. I'll let her pick. Aw. I mean, I'd say definitely on the channel. I mean, depending on the content. If it meets YouTube standards, definitely more people would likely see it on YouTube. Can't wait to see what she commissioned. You know what? You never forget your first commissioner. Heh, shame Giganta was just a one-off for that gag. Yeah. Oh man. It would have been so fun if there was like a whole episode, like just trying to deal with her or contain her. C'est la vie. It's a weird, giant power. It's like it has to be like one of the most powerful superpowers. But when Giganta comes on the scene, it's usually she just gets dispatched rather easily by Wonder Woman. Although the Giganta in I think it was one of those Lego movies. It was like a Lego DC movie. I think it had like Bizarros in it. Like the whole opening scene is just a fight with Giganta, and she's like super colossal. Like she could basically play with the other all the other uh Lego people in the city that she was rampaging in. Like she could play with them like they were actual Legos. I think that was literally the only time I've seen her as actual threat that like um took a lot of time to actually like deal with. And I was hoping the second Wonder Woman movie would have been more popular, because then like they would have fast tracked a third movie, and it's like I imagine they would have like had Giganta for that one. It would have been Giganta or Cersei, I guess. Like when you're thinking of uh the villains that are most associated with her. That would have been so fun. Like I had even imagined like just Wonder Woman running through buildings and like giant fists, like just trying to smash her, or being like at ground level and just dodging like a giant foot coming down on her, or doing something really cool where she's like running up uh Giganta's arm and then like delivers a punch like to her cheek, like something you'd see in the comics, you know. Sorry about that. Did I miss anything? Super Wilt. I don't remember them doing a lot of superhero stuff on Foster's Home, did they? They did like sort of a sci-fi thing, I remember. A bunch of fantasy stuff. The heck happened to that ear? Oh, that's what happened to that ear. I love the 1966 Batman. 1966 Batman? Is that the Adam West Batman? That one's pretty great too. R.I.P. Adam West. Pete, I saw you mention who is your favorite Lois. Right now, yours. Her hair, eyes, and black flats are awesome. I would definitely consider a commission with her when they open up. Like, what did you have in mind? I do try to do commissions, but I'm also very selective. Also, still down for a commission about one of the Peanuts comics I sent. Yeah, I really like those comics. They're pretty funny stuff. If you're talking about the one we discussed, then I definitely want to do that one when they open up. It's been a hectic couple of weeks trying to get things back into gear. Yep, also Rainbow is SFW person. Animation isn't inappropriate. He just wanted something with three tiny ponies. Aw. Heck, she even says I don't want to be pulling minifigs out of my toes. And yeah, might take a while, but I hope to see some take on Giganta in a movie someday. Think James Gunn can pull it off. Poor James Gunn. He got killed in the Harley Quinn series. I mean, James Gunn does have some experience with a giant woman in DC movies. He directed that Suicide Squad movie, didn't he? And that one did have a few scenes with a giant woman. R.I.P. Polka Dot Man. Yeah, Superman's here was glitching because I put it on the same layer with a shape tween, so it was an easy fix. Kush says I'm gonna be working on my first fan art, which is most likely the Tooth Fairy mouse design. I'm thinking of like a spy aesthetic because she hunts the teeth. Wait, this is a fan art, but is it also like somebody's OC? I need to see this if it is a thing. This is the first time I'm hearing of a Tooth Fairy mouse. Oh, what is your favorite old TV show as a kid? Favorite cartoon. I'm gonna say maybe Batman the Animated Series because it was just so good. And I think it might have been the one I quoted the most as a kid, particularly the episode with Captain Clown in it. But I guess I should also give honorable mention to a few other cartoons that I really enjoyed as a kid, like Eek the Cat. And I think it was made by the same guy or the same producer, director, but Mad Jack the Pirate. That was a pretty funny series or show, I should say. Hey Trey, to be honest, I'd much rather watch Invincible than DC superhero girls. No offense taken. I think I feel the opposite. I just don't care too much for the super violence that was in that series. It got pretty brutal, very hard to watch. I mean, the art looks pretty great. They got some really talented voice actors and directors and whatnot. And there's some comedic scenes that are interesting, but like the Molar twins. But eh, I think I only like uber violence when it's happening to like the bad guys in something. Like in Wolfenstein. I can watch Nazis and KKKs getting like shot to bits, and I'm fine with it. Jose, can you make a mom versus mom, Lois and Marge Simpson? Can you make? I'm going to disregard that, and I'm gonna put this user on timeout. Please, no spamming. Quentin, how's it going? Haven't seen you in a while. Wait, were you here yesterday? Da, 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 da. Yeah, he did direct it. Thank you, Crazy Corn. Don't blame you for being selective. Mine would be short version. Giganta's army of tanks move in to do an occupation. People that are normal size to control them. Kryptonite would also make Lois grow, and then she can casually walk and step on the enemy tanks and save the city. Yeah, I've recently learned that there is kryptonite that affects humans. I think it's Kryptonite X. Is it Kryptonite X? X kryptonite. Synthetic kryptonite It gives humans and other life forms superpowers. There's so much kryptonite out there. All right, we're at an hour. Um, Hope I didn't miss any comments. Just going to look at the progress. I'm going to see if I missed any comments. If anyone has any parting words before I call it a night. All right, that looks good. I'm happy. All right, let's see comments. Did I miss anything? Well, it's my OC. I created her myself, and unless someone else did as well, she's mine. Yeah, I don't, unless there's like a kid's book out there with like a little mouse, like that lost their tooth and like the tooth fairy's gonna come. Like that's the only way I had imagined someone came up with a mouse tooth fairy. Rory's working on her Japanese. Invincible is pretty messed up. Yeah, I kind of lost interest in it with the that subway car scene. That was just too much for me. I can handle the brutality, says Trey. I have trained myself. You know what? I've had to sort of do that too when I was younger. Uh, like the first time I tried watching a Guillermo del, not Guillermo del, is it Guillermo del Toro? Uh, no, not. Well, the first time I tried watching a zombie movie, George Romero, a George Romero zombie movie, I was just like um just grossed out by like the very first scene of like zombies in a cemetery. I think one of them like fell over and like snapped its neck on a tombstone, but it kept coming and I was just like grossed out. I just walked out. This was when I was young. But then over time I did sort of build up a tolerance to seeing that kind of stuff. I think the first thing I watched that like was really gory and violent that I could tolerate was Celebrity Deathmatch. It was a series on MTV, and it did have a sizey episode involving a giant Jessica Simpson, I believe, fighting against a giant mech. Kind of fun. Yeah, that was the first thing that really got me like sort of acclimated to extreme violence or gore. But I just have a hard time seeing like cute or innocent bystanders getting like horribly mutilated. My favorite old TV show as a kid is The Smurfs. I've seen some of the original series. It was pretty good. Oh, they announced a new movie. I think it was today. A friend showed me today. And the 3D animation looks so good and the style looks so good, but we were disappointed that it's the usual plot in these kinds of movies where they get taken out of their home and they end up in New York. They always end up in New York. I want them to be hanging out in fantasy medieval times with knights and kings, not like schlepping around uh, Central Park or, you know, drinking a Coke or whatever they're gonna do. Ugh. Na, 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 na. Thank you. Yeah, easy on the spam. Um, this is my first time watching you on live on YouTube. Aw, always nice having some new folks around. Though I do appreciate the usual people, that show up. Quentin, Grace Core, Rory, Kush. I think this is the first time Pete's here too. Thank you for everything. Hope my idea is at least plausible. Um, might need a little fine tuning, but I think, you know, when I'm open for commissions, it's something I can do. Giganta is a gorilla. Yeah, they that was her origin in the comics, and I believe they touched on that in the Justice League animated series. She was like a henchman for Gorilla Grodd. Though in DC Superhero Girls, unless her parents like literally took a gorilla and made them their daughter, um, Doris is just a human in DC Superhero Girls. And that's a cool thing with comics. You can have like lots of different little origin stories and whatnot, change them around. Again, I'm pretty sure people believe in the Tooth Mouse. And there was even a joke in Rise of the Guardians. One of the Tooth Fairies was beating up the Tooth Mouse, and the main Tooth Fairy was like, he's on our side. I swear all those live action New York movies are probably made to promote going to New York so they can build people's hopes up. I'm not sure about that. I guess New York is just, um, I don't know, just an expensive city that people around the world associate with success or just a nice place to visit. You got that saying, if you can make it here, you can make it anywhere. I don't know why people keep choosing New York. Maybe New York keeps offering people money, like you said, to promote themselves. It's me actually commenting it. That was a real quick version of my idea. Have a great night. You too. Demon Rory and Evil Jackie. Oh, Jack Evil. They would be unstoppable. Jack Evil with her giant size, rampaging, and Demon Rory with her her polyamorous relationship with Wilt and Larry. Franco Alvarez says, "Hey, it's me, Franco. Happy New Year." Oh no, it's it's February. I think that's the cutoff for wishing someone a Happy New Year's, right? Someone actually sent me a Happy New Year's message yesterday, and I was shocked. No, technically, I think you get the first 3 weeks of January to wish someone a Happy New Year, and then it's just like it's it's too late. All right. Thanks everyone for dropping in. Thank you for keeping things lively. I'll take a look at my schedule. I think I got a doctor's appointment sometime next week. Nothing serious, just like a physical, but yeah, I'll try to stream next week. I'll try to actually do a game stream since I haven't done one yet this year. And yeah, we'll see how it goes next week. I'll talk to y'all later. Peace.